Or green.
Hey.
And green. Bam.
Oh my goodness. Hold on, I'm waiting for a second to fill up the green. Okay, we're not centered.
Uh-oh.
Center the camera, please.
Give him the moose and goose.
Moose and
Oh, wait,
goose?
no, I think it might just be Luca. Luca, sit back.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're centered.
We are now, okay. Well, Luca was leaning forward. It made it look like it
Your
wasn't.
fault.
My
Go
apologies.
on.
My
I don't want to
apologies.
sit like this for this.
Yeah, look at through us.
William Herbert says first. Now, is it showing up in the restream chat?
Just delete that
So wait.
comment.
That means
Just leave it. Hey, we got our Twitch comments actually. Sorry, William Herbert. We actually got some Twitch comments first. Conrad Cruz said, "Fate chilies would be funny too." Not, there might have been a conversation going on before we.
You know, remember the fake hamburgers? Fake
Yeah,
chilies.
the chilies.
Oh, Fate chilies.
chili.
Oh, ugh.
Actually,
That'd be
yeah,
good, actually.
I just did my sit and talk now, and there was a fake hamburger question. And like, how far would you go to win a game of 40K?
I was
Well, it's like
I
can,
did.
it's like can hammer with a
Yeah, beer
the
hammer.
Yeah.
Sorry, the can machine or no
Food machine.
Food machine.
food machine.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Where you bring the cans of food, and every can you got you like a cheat,
yeah.
like a re-roll or a
Some of them
whatever.
were dumb.
It's kind of cool. Actually.
Well, that was
a
the
good
point,
idea.
wasn't it?
That
Yeah.
is-
For
that's kind
charity.
of cool. It's for charity. So, anyways, welcome to our pregame show where we're going to have lunch. Go ahead, guys, and start.
Nah.
Thank you for providing us lunch. All super chat goes towards. Okay, let me just say something before any super chat comes in. This might be our last episode of this series. I'm thinking it will be. So any super chat will be appreciated just to kind of help contribute to the show. But I can't guarantee that we'll be using it for lunch next week. So if you want to show your support of the show and you want a super chat, that's great. If you don't, I totally get it. And we have Subway subs, yes, as you can see. And everybody's going to be quiet for a few minutes while I get this all started. But first, we're going to do a quick sound test. If you guys could empty your mouths.
No.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay,
We're gonna get
Luca,
Italian dressing in there.
Test. Luga,
Chris.
Luga.
Test.
My
Aaron.
mouth is still full.
Talking.
No, real one, please. Steve.
Ridiculous. I'm just gonna
Totally
dip,
unprofessional.
I'm just gonna dip mine in mayo.
You're unprofessional.
No.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I was trying. And you're hungry.
Thank you.
Grab mustard.
Thank you for the test. Now I'll open up the restream chat. So as usual, okay, I'll read Hall's Variety Pack. I'll read it. Almost time for the continued adventures of Terry, Five Toes, No Nose, Sore Neck, Three Guns, Robot Leg, Mutant Puncher, Stealth Master, ex-hospital patient, spore-tainted, kinda, hive mind linked, minecart driver, tunnel runner, old lady ghost whisperer, Mama Boris, chaser, quantum cane, holder bringer of stubborn parts, gang warmonger, inquisitorial acolyte, and soon-to-be dead friends. Thank you for your continued
Now,
contributions.
hold on. I started that gang war.
that
That one's mine.
Gang warmonger.
So the show's going to start around 1 o'clock. We're going to have lunch right now with you guys. And we'll just answer any questions you have. So go ahead. Okay, hold on. What do we got here?
Tuna, turkey, assorted.
I was gonna say
There's
it,
some
but
roast right here.
Is there no sauce on it? Which
Is
is
there
why we
roast?
have...
Yeah,
there's
there's
the
mustard
roast.
and mayo.
Right there. You didn't know there's a
I'll
roast?
look at the questions in a second. Just give me a second.
What, do you want the roast?
No. I just want to slap him.
Is there... Oh, there's spoons.
Want
Good.
mayo?
What is it?
Mayo, mustard. Mayo, mustard.
Mayo, please. Thank you.
Really, I'm gonna miss this.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm gonna miss eating lunch on a live stream to the entire world.
Yeah.
Right. Your life has led to this moment.
Yeah.
Alec Sasamoto just gave us $50.
This is
From a
wow.
vault
Wow.
member
Thank
to you. Can't
Thank
wait
you.
to see more from you guys. Love you. Thank you, Alec.
I know.
That's very generous. And you've been generous the whole time. And I really appreciate that. All right. Oh, and Teddy Bear just gave us $50.
Oh, jeez.
Steaks for
Plus one
everybody.
from the vault member section. I was sick last week. Did you guys get Steve a mountain of burgers? Oh, you missed it.
What? It was
Well, I guess you could have watched it afterwards.
No, would that part be up after?
No, it wasn't.
The lunch part?
That's what
There
the
was
lunch
still
is
a
on.
mountain of burgers there.
Yes, we
There
had
was
50. We had
leftovers.
50 hamburgers. We ordered cheeseburgers, and they forgot the cheese, and we didn't want to go back.
They did not like us.
No,
Oh yeah, that was
He also left without us paying him.
was that?
No, that was the other.
that was the quesada.
Oh, right.
Quesadilla.
Quesada.
I think so. Yeah. I can't remember
What's
the
the
name
name
of
of the place? Quesada.
It's quesada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gelth says, "Hey Matt, would you ever think about streaming battle reports live instead of recording them and then posting them to YouTube?" I did think about that. In my opinion, all due respect to the Twitchers out there, who do live battle reports. I don't like them as much as recorded ones. There are advantages to doing. I don't need my headphones anymore. There are advantages of doing them live, like the interaction, for example. But because now you're going to get like a 3-hour battle report guaranteed. So I know some people like it, but overall, I think the recording, editing will produce longer-term better results for our company. It also provides other ways, like we can have 4 studios making battle reports at the same time. If you're live streaming, that's incredibly complex. We have a hard time. You notice that we're on one camera today. I actually remembered to get the other the cards, but another one of our cards crapped out.
Oh.
We think. We don't know what's wrong. Quirk wasn't able to figure it out.
I spent a solid hour and a half just
Looking at it.
Looking at it.
Staring
He
at
stared at it and it didn't
I was like a
work.
Picasso. I don't know why.
So I got to take the computer into
Picasso?
Picasso.
and see if we can get it fixed. So we're on one camera again today.
Just sat there staring at
So
the time.
live streaming, I'm not saying it's not a good format for battle reports because it's interesting to see like Games Workshop do it, Frontline Gaming do it, some other channels do it as well, and I think it has its advantages. But I think for what we try to do, which is the amount of videos that we film, I think live streaming would just be impossible. Could we do it occasionally? Maybe. It's just maybe, I guess, is what it comes down to. Maybe it'll become a regular live show, but live shows are tough to pull off. Having this one time a week, like for scheduling guests, for example, we have a lot of guests who want to come in for a week. So it's like, well, you can come in every day except Thursday because we're all busy. Now, if you're doing a battle report, it only ties up 1 or 2 people. But it's a lot of complications with live streaming. Let's just put it that way. So we have thought about it a lot in the past. I doubt you're going to see live streaming becoming like this huge part of mini wargaming in the near future. But that doesn't mean it won't be after a while. And once again, I was talking to Dave today. We had a meeting today, and I was telling him about that when we switched to one camera. I was kind of frustrated because I was apologizing, and half the comments were, no problem, I don't mind one camera, and the other half were, I actually like one camera better. And I'm like, are you serious? All this effort to put 3 cameras? Now, I'm sure there are people who prefer 3 cameras, like myself, and I do think it actually is a better recording, but it just seems like everybody just doesn't care. Probably because you're listening more than you're watching, is my guess. But there's a sense of professionalism to it that the multi-camera does bring, so we're always going to try for that. But yeah. Mech Boss Squigbeard. Any chance of Mech Boy maybe joining the party? You know what? Who knows? Aaron's been asking for orcs the whole time. So maybe at the very last, you're just watching through one of those security cameras and an orc walks by. And then doesn't show up in the next camera where they might show up.
I was right.
Yeah, it's orcs all along. James, Matt, when's the Age of Sigmar campaign coming? I've jumped into the Deepkin. We've filmed the first 2 episodes of it this week, Monday and Tuesday, with Luca and Steve. And you'll see that coming out this Saturday. One thing I want to point out really quick before we go any further, I'll announce this a few times. Because this is probably our last episode, I want to keep the giveaway open for a little longer. So if you want to get access to the entire Dark Heresy campaign for free, then go to miniwargaming.com/giveaway, sign up for a free Vault membership, and even if you decide to cancel, you will get to keep the entire Dark Heresy season that we just did, the Shadows Beneath specifically. So go check that out. I'm going to announce it a few times as more and more people come on, and actually in the game as well. So they'll be available for a limited time beyond the end of this. So it gives everybody a chance to go back and watch it. And hopefully it gets us a bunch more Vault members to support this kind of show. Anthony B., a bit off subject, will there be any more of the starting 40k armies? The Tau one was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I was an outside. That was a lot of fun too. Yeah.
Yes. In a different format, though. If you are familiar with our How to Play Warhammer 40k 8th Edition series, I'm planning on expanding that. So it's like how to get into Imperial Guard. So there'll be more tutorial-based, and then there'll be a battle report in the Vault connected to the tutorials. So if you're a Vault member, you'll get all those battle reports. And if you're not a Vault member, you'll still get all the tutorials. Like, here's how to build an Imperial Guard army. Here's some basic rules you should know about them. Here's what you should think about for next. I don't have the exact thing laid out yet, but essentially a short little mini-series for each of the armies. Imperial Guard will be first. Tau will most likely be second. This is based on your votes. We had a Facebook poll. After that, I'll probably do a new poll, because a lot of the other ones kind of became the same. So I think once we put out a couple of these, we can polarize more of what we want to do next. But it would only be Codex armies.
Yeah.
It won't be ones that are still the Index, because then they get updated and it totally changes. What's wrong?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I bit my lip.
Hall's Variety Pack says 3 cans look more professional. 1 can is more intimate.
Sure, yeah, buddy.
You tell him, Luca.
Douglas Hooker, you should get unionized. A break should be a break, comrades. Did I miss something?
Huh?
I didn't post that. Why are you looking at me?
Hey, who talked about a union? You're fired.
I see. The whole table gets up.
It's all right, we're hiring. Minimum wage only. No benefits.
And no breaks.
And no breaks. No breaks, start it.
What's the benefit?
The paycheck.
Yeah, you got paid. Right?
What's wage?
Teddy Bear asked, are Steve and Quark, or he said Quark,
Not
on purpose.
Quark.
It's QU''orc. Going to continue the R Power Levels Viable series. That's interesting that they actually thought that would be a series. That's a yes and a no. Not yes specifically to power levels, but we've decided that we're going to do a series of discussion battle reports where we tackle a question like that. What's the next one that we're going to be doing?
Quark and I spent the morning discussing it. We have a few ideas, but we're not solid on which direction we want to go next. But yeah, we have a lot of ideas.
Name a couple. Maybe we
Okay.
can get some feedback.
So we
one
were.
Sorry, the one we talked about is more Age of Sigmar related.
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about too, because you were part of that. There was a couple ideas for Age of Sigmar we wanted to go with. We've been the Terminator one keeps coming up for us.
Yeah.
We don't want to tackle that one quite yet.
What's that one?
The viability of Terminators in 8th edition.
Oh boy.
Do they still really fit in the game? They're not anywhere near what the lore says they are. They die really fast.
Yeah.
And there are every army that has Terminators has a better version of a thing that does the old job of Terminator from like 7.6 or whatever edition.
Way
Like,
better. Yeah.
Does it better, costs less in points.
Like what's an example for that? Like.
Aggressors are better than Terminators.
Yeah.
Interceptors are better, or sorry,
Inceptors.
not Inceptors, Centurions.
Oh,
Centurions
Oh,
are
yeah.
significantly better than Terminators.
Oh, way better.
Just take the lid off.
Terminators
This is funnier though.
don't have the Terminators don't have the mobility they used to have. Putting them inside vehicles,
Is a death trap.
like you previously in the 7th edition, for example, if this vehicle exploded, which didn't always happen, you wound every model on a 4+, and then you had 2 up armor save to die. Now it's you roll
roll
die for
one
your
on
model,
quickies, and
you
they're
just
dead.
roll 1 and the model's removed from play. So
It's kind of like it
extra
just
wounds.
auto-wounded them. Because the 2 up, you roll a 1 and it kills them.
But they have 2 wounds now to make it more survival, but that's still not 1. So putting them in
It's even
vehicles
worse.
is significantly more risky now than it ever was in 7th edition.
Oh yeah.
And it still wasn't a great idea in 7th edition.
And on top of that, they also got the larger bases, so it's easier to surround the land raider and stuff.
So we're having the whole discussion here.
We're having
I
a
wasn't
big
looking
news
for the whole
session.
discussion.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
let's,
But
I'll
it
wait
is
and
I was
go.
looking for
And
the
there's
question
the
that you
video.
want. And there's the video. You know, just edit that in, Rob.
It's not the entire discussion.
No,
but
it's
it is,
not,
yeah.
of course. So they're basically what would happen then is they'll do a battle report using Terminators, trying to show, and it's impossible with one battle report to prove anything, but it's more like the discussion. It's like, here, let's do a battle report, ask this question, and then we'll have a discussion afterwards that's in the vault. So it gives vault members something different. Because one of the feedback I've been getting from vault members is like, we like the fact that we get more battle reports, but we'd like things that nobody else gets. And Silver Vault members, of course, get all the painting tutorials, because we only put out like 1 or 2 free ones of those a week, and we put out a lot more in the vault. But they're right, though. It's like, you need to get stuff that nobody else gets. And so this is one of the ways that we can do that. It's like, well, people really like the discussions. And so we can have the battle report to kind of satiate everybody else and to have it on YouTube. And then the vault members can get that really in-depth discussion afterwards.
I mean, we're always discussing these things anyway, debating them
always,
anyway.
always.
Like every day.
Yeah, it's a common geek thing to do, is just to pick apart all the little numbers and these different games
So
and see what's good and what's
Getting
not.
you guys in on the discussion, seeing our points of view, and then getting your points of view is really helpful, even for just us.
Yeah. Alex writes, hey everyone, what's happened so far? We're having lunch.
Mm.
The real show starts at 1. Has anybody here been following the Necromunda rules?
The new ones?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
Josh has.
Well, Patrick Karnakiewicz asked me, what do you think about the new Gene Stealer Cult gang rules for Necromunda? I have no opinion because I haven't read them. We haven't really gotten heavily into Necromunda here. So yeah. No, Alina, what does the bottom of Matt's shirt say?
Probably can't see it.
GMs don't kill characters. Oh, wait. Yes, they do.
No, wait, that's wrong. We do.
We do. Sorry, I was just paraphrasing. Oh, wait, that's wrong. We do. I felt it was fitting to wear this one. I wore it the last time I wore it. You got a couple guys died to a gene stealer. And since this is the last episode, I'm like, I'm wearing the shirt again. And we know there's 2 gene stealers at least.
I think this time we just feed him Luke and run.
We should have a draft going in the order everyone dies.
It'll take him less time to eat him. He's already lost a leg.
Yeah. I'm pretty much.
You can just keep
So
Iron
let
Army
you know
though.
now. That
Yeah,
one,
I heard arms. So he's like, tastier?
one of the upgrades I took was Friends Gene Stealer.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Peer gene stealers?
Yeah.
So they come in the room. You're like, you don't want to eat me.
I'm
I'll go for
still
Josh
not
first
sure
anyways.
if I'm
I know.
or not.
No matter what.
I'm just a shield that just go around me.
I'd like to call
They
on the
won't
aid of my
attack her?
ally, Scarface. He'll save us.
We can do
He's a
that.
gene stealer now.
No, he's not going to save us.
My ally's the Emperor. That'll help, right?
Jersey says, no question. Have you heard of the game Gaslands? And
Yes.
maybe try playing it? Yeah, it looked interesting. We don't have any plans to play it, though. It's not on our list, right?
I'm converting stuff at home for it.
It looks cool, though. Ghost Lyle, will you do a 3v3 battle report? No plans. Those are expensive
3v3.
to do
Yeah.
when you're paying each
Might
participant. Now we could have guests on the one side or mix it up.
We've done that before, but
We've done it, yeah.
We need a group of guests, though.
The thing is, we can do a 3v3 battle report, or we can do 3 battle reports.
Yeah.
And when you're looking at it from a fiscal point of view,
Counts as one.
it's like, will the 3v3 get 3 times as many views and 3 times as many vault signups? That makes it equivalent. I doubt that that's the case. I'll take a chocolate chip one, actually, please. Stephen Burris. Matt, are you expecting everyone to die in this session? No. I'm
Yeah.
not
Oh,
expecting
come
it.
on.
That is a lie.
You're
He'll keep
planning
me
for it.
alive.
I'm not planning for
You have
anything.
half a smirk as you say it.
No. Okay, let's put it this way.
Probably.
Your computer. Oh. I was actually just reading the bottom comments. I hadn't touched it for a while. Let me put it this way. I have not planned to kill them. But I wouldn't be surprised if through their incompetence they die.
Well, thanks, boss.
You're welcome. That's my vote.
Okay. What have we done to make him think otherwise?
Yeah.
We've barely murdered children
And old ladies.
and old ladies.
Well, hold on.
Wait, Chris did both of those.
Hold on.
Chris. It's all up to you to kill the gene stealers, man. One clear shot.
Maybe we can just trade Chris to them
You
for
have-
our,
you
for
have
our
what
safe
it takes.
passage.
Maybe they just really want him. They just really want Chris.
Oh.
They're offering us the Great Destroyer. Take it.
Oh, it's terrible.
It ends horror.
Alex Rice has a follow-up question or follow-up comment says, I would love to see anything more than a 1v1 because more factions mean more strategy and fun. I'm not saying that the 3v3s wouldn't be interesting to watch or anything like that. It's more just, we have to be very careful with what we decide to film. It's a disadvantage of doing this as a business rather than just for fun. Like there are a lot of YouTube channels out there that they're just kind of doing it for fun. So they can just do whatever they want to do, what they feel like doing. And while that's often the case for us too, because you want to do what you want to do, otherwise it won't look like fun because you won't be having fun, there still are restrictions to that. There's a lot of things we would love to do that fiscally are hard to do. Like this role-playing show, for example, is a really good example. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten as many vault members as I thought we would. I kind of wish that we had just put out the whole thing for free, taken the hit of not making much money with it, but build up a bit of a following. But the fact that we haven't made much money from this makes me have to reevaluate a lot of things. Now, I have thought of ways to decrease the cost of doing this significantly, actually. But that would involve a lot of these guys not playing, which, of course, they would want to play, I would assume, in role-playing games. And so that's just it. It's like anything that costs money, you have to make money from it as well. And you have to make enough money. And so there's all sorts of things that we would do. Like, we would probably play a lot of different games if it wasn't for the fact that Warhammer 40k and now Age of Sigmar are the ones that just bring in so many Vault members. Like we go to Adepticon, and we see all sorts of games we want to play. We see lots.
Tons.
Frustrating.
And, yeah, and it's frustrating. Yeah, it's frustrating that when you try to do that, like Dave and I did. This is not a test. It was a blast. We had a blast. The number of Vault members that signed up for it was not anywhere near worth the amount of time that we put into that. And that's not a knock on. This is not a test. It's just a small. It's a small following. Like he's not Games Workshop. He did a great job of making this cool little game, and maybe one day he'll be able to make even more money with it. But you know, that's the scale between that and Games Workshop is just monumental, and so it does restrict us. So you got to kind of remember that you're probably restricted based on people around you and what they play. We're restricted based on what's popular and what's not popular, and we have to kind of work with that. So it's not that I'm complaining. I love what I do, but there are times I wish that I could just do whatever I want to do and not just what makes us money. Teddy Bear just gave us another $5. Thank you, Teddy Bear.
Oh, $5.
Is it possible for the survivors of this campaign to gain physical models and be seen in future campaigns? Yeah, definitely. My plan. I'll give you a little leak here. My plan, and this won't happen very soon because I'm working on the Age of Sigmar stuff, is for the next Warhammer 40k narrative campaign to be another Deathwatch narrative campaign, which will be Deathwatch Tyrus, which will be basically the Deathwatch coming in and cleaning up what's going on here. And there will definitely be several cameos in that one. Several.
Well, I'm killing rolling today.
So if I already have a model, do I just automatically survive?
No.
We're gonna break the model.
What's the microwaves are for?
It's
We got an anvil.
Yeah, I know. It'll be a much more.
That's going to be in there a long time.
It'll be very spectacular. As it melts, very, very slowly, or not at all. All the paint will melt off of it. So I hope so. That would be kind of fun. So that is the idea. You all right there, Chris? Chris needs a question. Somebody ask Chris a question. Poor guy.
How are you today, Chris?
I'm not unwell.
Not you guys. I mean these guys.
I thought
What did you
were
work
talking
on
to
this
us.
morning, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nap.
He napped.
James says, that's a shame I enjoyed This Is Not a Test. Yeah, it is a shame. Because it just means it limits what we can do there.
Have you taken that picture yet?
Hall's Variety Pack. From the makers of Sit and Talk, come sit and eat. Watch as they sit and eat. Coming soon, watch Mini Wargaming do their laundry in a new feature called Sit and Spin.
Sit in the spin.
Right in the pocket.
You assume I do my own laundry.
I just buy new clothes.
I do my own laundry. My roommate does that. Actually does that.
I still don't know how to do laundry.
I'm not allowed to touch the machine.
You actually buy new clothes.
Chris,
you do laundry.
Alexander has a question for you.
Okay.
You spelled your name wrong, though.
Of course.
I always do.
Watching you fiddle with your phone as the radio was great. I guess that's not a question.
That's not a question at all.
Okay. Alderi Lamborghini just gave us $5 to ask this question, which I think is a little sketchy. At Chris, spelled properly. Have you had to wrangle any monkeys lately?
Wrangle? Yes, definitely. Wrangle.
What's the story behind wrangling monkeys? Do I want to know?
No. But yes.
Alexander,
Well, shut that
Nat, you're
down.
mean for making him do that. We're making him talking to the radio and try to summon reinforcements.
And doing it very poorly.
It was hilarious. It was fun to watch. Guys.
So if you're not too busy, can you just come take care of some stuff for
Kind
us?
of FYI.
He told the old man did though. Like he just kept going rambling on about random things.
Yeah.
Which was a style at the time.
Back in my day, we didn't have these fancy radios. We just smoke signals and flares. Hope for the best.
What was your last name? Wait, do you know this guy?
The important thing was I had an onion on my belt.
Alexander says, sorry for spelling your name wrong, Chris. And he spelled it properly when he said it that time.
You're forgiven.
It's okay, everyone spelled his name wrong too.
Jay Cookie, 88. Steve's model would have to be Roger from American Dad and Power Armor.
Oh, I think I can do that.
I'm sure we can find something.
Crazy Phenom. Chris, what do you think about WWX?
Whoa.
WWX.
One more time.
Oh.
Oh. I haven't played it.
Wow. Exodus starts with an E. Just
No, but
FYI.
their logo
Their
is
logo is
set up.
WWX.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's WXW.
I think the models look cool.
The wild Exodus
It's just the
flash?
way it
Gameplay's been
kind
a
of
lot
works.
fun, right?
Oh yeah, the gameplay's
Yeah.
super
The game's
fun.
actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
You get to play like my favorite thing is all the iconic, actual historical figures you get to play. Had the timeline went that way.
Well, and Rob was
That's
putting
all I
together
heard yesterday
some of the,
afternoon.
Native American ones there, and I thought the sculpts were really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Wider won't die.
It's just like, I'll get you, Frank James.
No.
I'll get you wider. No.
Bang!
Such a good game.
We're actually going to be covering a bit of Wild West Exodus.
Wild
Exodus.
Wild Exodus.
Turkey meat.
We
do that.
we have some sponsored content coming that we'll be playing that game. How many are we making for them?
5 videos.
Nice. Okay, so you got a bunch coming. So that'll probably be out in the next few weeks. So,
I think there's going to be one out rather shortly, too, because I want to say that they just worked out Canadian distribution for stuff.
They did. Yeah.
Through-
Lion Rampart Imports.
Lion Rampant?
Yep.
Lion Rampant. I know that one because we used to.
Did I say Rampart? I meant Lion Rampant.
Mm-hmm.
Lion Rampant Imports.
I don't have to reshoot anything.
Hall's Variety Pack. Here's an idea for Blue Collar Heresy Season 2. I don't know if I want to go back there.
Oh jeez. No.
Mini wargaming in the 40k universe.
I don't want to.
Marvel, as a mini wargaming crew, tries to escape back to their home dimension and fails spectacularly.
I thought that's what Blue Collar Heresy was.
It basically
That's basically
was.
what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, essentially. Try to make them play other people, but they just kept playing themselves.
I am not a serial killer. Thanks for all the
Alright.
defense, guys. Everybody, thank you.
Steve, we hid the body.
Jersey Sizzle says,
not
Matt,
the
don't let
bad
the party
guy."
call Exterminatus and Tyrus, or you're not going to be able to make a campaign on it. Well, see, I have control over whether this Exterminatus shows up. These are just acolytes to an Inquisitor. Not just any acolytes, or not just any Inquisitor, but an Inquisitor who has like hired an abnormally large number of acolytes. So they're even less important than other acolytes.
We're nobodies.
So they can be like, oh, we recommend Exterminatus, and he'll be like, nah.
But what if
I'll
he
get
just
to that email when I get there.
bugged you for 3 hours about it? The entire session.
Exterminatus, Exterminatus,
We would
Exterminatus.
do it. We would do it.
Sees the email. Click. Mark as read. Click.
Dumb. All right. Is that €5 from Cax Tan?
We did not find the Umirian connection, though.
Thank you. The which one?
The Umirian connection.
I didn't say there would be.
I assume there would be, but Roland Shanks doesn't know anything about that, so.
Yeah. He's talking about the Jules Eomer from the Deathwatch campaigns. Yeah, no, you're working for Inquisitor
Didn't have
Red.
to be Jules, but I figure there's some sort of connection.
I didn't say there would be.
We found you Mir's napkin.
So we got a question from Cax Tan who gave us €5. Thank you, by the way. Hey, Steve, how do you like your current character compared to your first?
Compared to my first, I don't know, should I really play my first? I don't like Roland. I don't like him. I hate him.
He's
Oh,
too heavy.
I think you're like a more
Way
actual.
too positive for me.
I love Roland.
I want to moan and complain more.
Oh geez, that one's attached.
Yeah, they're my hairs.
It is like Snow White, sir.
I'm getting old.
Oh geez.
It'll happen to you.
I find one.
Well,
We're the same age.
oh.
So just think about how many.
You used to be blonde. No, you.
And yours hit overnight.
Yeah.
They really
You
did.
came back from England and you were
Yeah, you
gray.
came back from England, you were gray.
True. It's true.
It's like Lord of the Rings.
Go back and find the videos.
Come back, find him again. He's all white.
I'm a changed man.
Matthew the White.
I went to the exhibition hall in Warhammer World 3 times. Blew me away. And I had a kid while we were there. Like I brought a kid. I didn't have a kid. Oh wait, no, you're talking about like just like a few months ago when we went?
Yeah.
Or like when Holly and I went?
No,
like,
I think when Holly went.
yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah,
a
it wasn't
couple
yeah,
years
it
ago.
wasn't that last
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that was the other one.
Oh, that'd been great for a while.
I remember just talking to you the day you came back. We were talking to him together, and we kind of both did almost the same time. Like, hey, you got did you dye your hair?
Yeah. Because he was just.
Maybe
really-
it's the first time you decided to notice.
Yeah.
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 I've been
sure.
graying for a long time.
Sure.
Just that one day he walks in after just fermenting, it's like perfectly black. It's like, no, it's a lie.
When I put the stuff in my hair, it darkens my hair, but I'm pretty gray up there too.
Yeah, really, dude. You got one hair that's being a rebel. It's not fixing
Oh, I
it.
see it. It's poking
Yeah.
out too.
Yeah, you see it?
There
It's
is.
right here. Look at it.
Oh.
Get it?
Yeah, gray hairs are typically a little more wiry.
Oh, no, it wants to stay there, man. It's
Man,
making a
don't
statement.
leave it.
Witness as we groom Steve.
David White gave us $5. Thank you,
David
David
Hey,
White.
wait.
Great campaign, team.
No, just
Also, get everyone to
curled up
say
in there.
Führer.
Führer.
Führer?
Wait, ask him-
F-U-R-O-R. I'm assuming that's Führer.
Führer.
Wait, ask
Fur?
him to. Was he the one who left me? What's his tag on
David White.
Mini War? Is it David?
Quantum Tempest.
Did you leave me that comment on my sit and talk today? It was the exact same comment.
You're welcome, Josh, he says. Führer. What's the back?
Well, it's the one of the kill team things for Death Watch.
Oh, yeah.
You need to enunciate it.
Führer.
Fur.
Fur.
F-U-R-O-R.
Furor.
Führer.
Furor.
Führer.
Fur. Like fur.
Führer.
Yeah, don't say it with such gusto.
Right.
Mein Führer.
Maybe a little less confident on that one.
Quantum Tempest.
All right. Alan asks what my shirt says. GMs don't kill characters.
No, wait.
Well,
No, wait, that's wrong. We do.
Oh, my lettuce mayo.
All right.
Eat with the spoon, Luca.
No, I'm not hungry anymore.
You finish your mayo with a spoon.
I'm gonna go finish my mayo.
David Dayton says he's so entertained that none of your players have any military background, and they're trying to play people with military background.
I know.
You don't know that.
I'm not playing someone with military background.
Yeah, I'm not.
Technically,
You
are.
don't know.
You don't know my
No,
background.
I got split
You
off.
don't know my life. You don't know my story.
You don't know.
Because what, there's two with military background?
Yeah,
Chris.
him and
Nope, not me.
Well, you technically a little bit, kind of.
my character knows how to shoot a gun. That's about it.
You're
My sister, though.
Yeah, but she went into the hospitalier, not into the
Yeah, but,
battle.
She's not a sister of battle. It's different.
She's a sororitas,
Oh.
but she's not a sister of battle.
Yeah, there's a difference. Technically,
a
no.
civilian working for the military.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
much, yeah.
basically.
My character
But
is
still
the best
dedicated
shooter
to
on
the
my
whole-
home
Do you have a
world,
Hello
which is
Kitty
why we
sticker on
need
your
the
phone?
Inquisition's help.
I have 7. Did you just notice they've been there for weeks? I didn't even put them there. It's all brown.
No, sure, it was
Yeah,
me
okay,
or
bud.
somebody else.
Hello Kitty.
Can I have another
That's all
chocolate chip
Hello
cookie,
Kitty.
please?
My friend.
Drogothuran, Drogothyron,
He wants another one too, Steve.
dear Mr. Matt, with GW seemingly putting more work into the Lord of the Rings game, would you consider covering it?
Yes. Please.
Would the potential audience be too small?
I would play it.
I don't know. I think the audience is still going to be too small.
I have my old ones. I want to.
And I have a funny feeling, and this is not any insider information whatsoever, that when you say they're going to cover it more, it's probably not be that much more. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised, but
They're pushing a lot more on the website.
yes,
Enough
but
to
it's
keep
still
the
Forge
license,
World.
maybe.
Though. There's
Yeah.
a lot of it's
Not
Forge.
all of it.
A lot of stuff they're pushing is Forge World, and when it's being put out by Forge World, you can kind of know that their emphasis is less because they use the Forge World to do a lot of their specialist stuff. That's not a knock to anybody working on it, of course. The stuff they've been coming out with looks great, but I just don't think it's going to get the same level of attention as Age of Sigmar or 40K ever will. Having said that, who here would want to play it?
I think yeah.
Rob put up his hand.
Except for you play all the armies that I want to play.
Well, yeah, I play evil. I play evil. The forces of evil.
Like
Because you're
all of
both
them.
edgy.
Yeah, I play
You're both.
Urukai, Mordor Orcs, Goblins, Memoria. Actually,
Oh,
that's pretty much
play?
all I
You currently play the game?
Well, no, okay, no. I should use the word play. I haven't played in
He
like
collects
10
the
years.
game.
I've collected them though since I was a kid. I got the battle.
you're
I
still
like
kid.
the elves. Nobody else likes the elves. I'll take the elves.
Yeah, elves are so good though.
The elves
I
are
guess I
good.
would play the dwarves.
They were real good.
I can play dwarves.
Hit on threes.
Dwarfs.
Insane.
Dwarves.
That's right. You were like
The
a
Pig
little
Rider,
kid when this
man.
game came out, didn't it?
Oh.
Good models.
I was 11 when the new Lord of the Rings Return of
Dwarfs
the King
were
set came
easy to
out.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
that's the first box set I ever bought.
If you don't know, some of you might not know that that's actually the first game that Dave and I got into once we got into our adult wargaming career. We technically were playing BattleTech as kids.
Hand me that and finish here.
But
What if I want it?
Oh.
yeah, that's the first game we played and we loved it.
Rochambeau.
It got into 40K because
All
I
right,
had
I'll
to
go first.
for this
Oh.
business. So, but Lord of the Rings, unfortunately, is not that popular. I'm not saying that wouldn't be worth doing. It's just like same answer as all sorts of other stuff. If we're going to cover a small game with a small audience, let's do something not Games Workshop
Yeah, like Dark Age.
or Wild West Exodus or
Exodus.
or
Gaslands.
there's so well. See, that one's probably.
Probably
I'm not,
Dark
I'm
Age.
not
I know,
sure.
that
I'm
one's
not.
too
I don't know the market share of all these, but I have a funny feeling that ones like Gaslands are smaller. Like in my mind, there's like 3 or 4 different classifications of levels. You have like the 40K and Age of Sigmar, and then you come down. I'm assuming War Machine and like Star Wars Legion.
Yeah.
They're all kind of up there. I don't know how War Machine is doing because they're not a public company, so you can't get any numbers, and also all you get is anecdotal evidence. But you go to Adepticon, and they're still taking up a good amount of space. So I'm assuming they're still doing well.
I would say they're still releasing new models fairly frequently. So
Yeah, I'm
models are
still on their
They're
retailer
getting-
newsletter.
They're getting quite a bit better and quite a bit bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm assuming they're and then you kind of come down to, once again, I'm not really sure of how those companies do. Like you have Infinity. I'm assuming Wild West Exodus is kind of up there. And then you have like
Yeah,
the smaller ones. Like this is not a test, where it's just like a guy making a rule book and a few models. And so you have this, but the further down that line you get, the more games you get, because it's a lower cost entry, right? If you just want to make some rules, as long as you kind of know what you're doing, you can make a rule book. You want to make a handful of miniatures. If you're a sculptor, no problem. But once you go beyond that, that's where it gets very difficult and very expensive. So yeah, so if we're going to do Lord of the Rings, see, I kind of put that down almost 2 tiers. Like it's down on the 3rd level of that, with like Infinity and all those, Wild West Exodus. So there's so many other choices once you get down there. So, yeah, I just doubt it, but we'll see. Jason Haddock, Matt, they are making a new Lord of the Rings movie. So I can see more being produced for it.
Is there?
I thought they were doing a
TV
series.
show,
I thought it was
yeah.
a series on Amazon. Could be wrong though.
Well, there actually is something though?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, miniseries or something,
It
right?
was like on the
What's it based on?
Silmarillion.
Lord of the Rings.
I can't remember. how
Will it
to
have
pronounce
Tom Bombadil?
Yeah, like
So it's like going back in time?
yeah, like
Will it have the Barrel Whites?
yeah. I can't remember. I don't know what age though.
I'm
Like,
so sad that he's dead. Tolkien. There's so much more world for him to build there. I think if he didn't start until I think he was 60.
He built enough.
He built enough for you to enjoy it, but it had, like the Star Wars universe, it just had so much more potential to be fleshed out. But
They've also had like 1,000 writers. Star Wars universe.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like if Tolkien had done that in his 30s, now mind you, that would have been so long ago that who knows if it would have taken off.
yeah.
Because it didn't even take off right away when
It
he
didn't
did it.
take up to like now, like in the 90s here, right? So
Well, on the flip side, though, it could have went to Star Wars, right, where they built it up really big and then ruined it.
Well, that's all matter of opinion. Because there's a lot of good Star Wars stuff.
There is.
The main
only
movies
thing
might be
Yeah, the
Josh
expanded
and I ever
universe.
agreed on.
But the universe,
Pod racing. I like pod racing.
now that's
Jar Jar
pod
Binks.
racing.
Pod racing.
Now that's pod racing.
So
Yeah,
the episode 1 racer game is up
I love
online
the Old
now,
Republic.
and I bought it. I've been playing for 3 days.
It's actually
well, that's
Game
probably
was fun,
fun.
though. That's
That-
different.
that's
That
a
game
good
was fun.
It's better on a D-pad than my broken NES.
Hey, you can
64 controller.
you can knock Star Wars all you like. The universe is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whether you like the individual movies or not, that's another question. But you have like the Clone Wars series. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a
The
lot
cartoon?
of
Well, like,
yeah, the
up until they
cartoon.
killed the expanded universe, the after the first original trilogy.
Yeah, but still,
New movies are junk. That's all.
that's your opinion.
He's such a strong.
Man,
Which I
Man.
I can't stay awake during any of them.
I was a huge fan of the
I
Old
tried.
Republic.
It is
Well,
12:57, so we got time for a couple more questions. Has everybody eaten enough?
Oh.
Are we all good with that one?
We're out of food.
We're out of
Well, there's more
sandwiches.
cookies still, so
Oh,
that's
wow.
where I
Oh.
wonder. I had enough.
Come on, Taz.
Kaz. If I didn't have 6.
Do we now have
Ebb and
fake-
flow
fake
Bloss
cookies?
says Gaslands has a pretty rabid following. See, that's a hard thing to determine. You might think that, and maybe you're right, but you really don't know.
They do, but it's a cult-sized following. So.
That's just it. Like Blood Bowl has a really rabid following, and yet when we did Gorka Morka, it got way more vault signups and views than when we did 2 seasons of Blood Bowl.
Jeez.
And that was with Blood Bowl getting updated. We played an old edition of Gorka Morka that I screwed around with the rules and messed up totally, and people loved it. And then we played Blood Bowl, and people enjoyed it, but not nearly as many views and vault signups. And so, like, what am I supposed to think? I don't even know anymore. It's like, here we got this super outdated game,
Oh, jeez, yeah.
ridiculously outdated, needs seriously new rules. Gorka Morka is what I'm talking about.
just
And here we have Blood Bowl, which is like, that's so good that when they redid it, they didn't even redo it.
Yeah, because it's so well done.
It was just it was so good. All they do is make new models for it, and yet the one that's old and broken just got and it's just orcs got way more views and vault signups than the one that's Blood Bowl. So this is like the challenge that we have. Like we can't tell beforehand what's going to be good and what's not going to be good. We just have to try it.
I think another talking point would be X-Wing, because we were doing X-Wing during X-Wing's biggest popularity swing, and nobody cared.
yeah.
It
And
did-
people
yeah.
might argue that we weren't doing it well, but I think we gave it a good shot. A good enough, okay, let's put it this way: a good enough shot that I could look at the stats and glean the information I needed from it. So because we've also done other.
It's popular.
Yeah, X-Wing's ridiculously popular. So maybe it doesn't lend itself to the battle reports. Maybe we really just sucked at doing it. Seriously, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. All I know is that we were doing other
We didn't
games at the
eat
time, like
tomato.
Infinity, War
We
Machine,
didn't eat their tomato.
and you like tomatoes.
Not really.
I
That's
love
okay.
tomatoes.
One of the things I think led a little bit to the X-Wing is that we were playing very casual fun, and a lot of that style of game is more competitive,
Hyper-competitive,
hyper-competitive chess,
Yeah.
War Machine, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
But the other thing too is when you look at all the other YouTube channels doing X-Wing, they're not getting any other views too.
yeah.
So I
So
just
maybe the hyper competitive games just don't translate well to battle reports.
I agree with that.
If it's hyper competitive game system, people
They're
as
all-
a whole, you may like it, but as a whole, people don't tend to watch on battle reports.
Well, because it's the
Which-
same thing over and over and over and over again, right?
You could say that, but then you get like
But we
the
have
video game market where you got like StarCraft and League
But
of
it's
Legends.
different. We know anything that's a
that's
hyper
true.
competitive game tends to have a smaller audience.
Yeah. Maybe
We
the
know
video
this.
game's not an apt comparison because there's it records better because you're
Well,
and you can watch a stream of a video game while playing the game too,
Right.
so it doesn't impede your playing of it.
I think one of the big things for it is that video games don't lend themselves to rules interpretations,
Nope.
which is a big one right there.
you
Yeah.
just play.
You play. There's no, okay, I'm not sure if this was going to work this way. It's if I push A at this point, this is going to happen. There's no other way around it. Whereas in other, like, for example, 40K,
Yeah, and your
it's-
popularity as a streamer is your personality or your ability to be really good at the game.
Yeah.
It's one of those two usually.
Well, I think it's availability of players too. Like, I'm sure if we had 20 of the best X-wing players in the world in our local community here, and they could always kind of come in and play against each other and rotate through, then maybe there's something to be said for that. But for a super competitive game like X-wing, you got a lot of casual players coming in, and
Yeah. Somebody made a comment that I wanted to read, and now there's a ton of other comments as we've been talking about that. So I don't know. I can't remember what it is.
It's really funny when like you do have a one random interaction between abilities in a video game, and then you find out harshly how they work together. It's like, oh, that's how that works.
Oil and water and fire. Oh,
Yeah. Ooh.
Sorry, I remember the comment, but I can't find it. So somebody had said that the entertainment value of watching is probably more important than the rules quality. And I can agree with that. Because I've said that. I've actually said that in the past. I've sold on a game before I've read a single rule for it. Because for me, it's about the setting and the models, which is why I wanted to play This Is Not a Test. Like, I didn't even read the rules. I'm like, as long as the rules aren't horrible, the setting is cool, the miniatures look cool,
Yeah.
and the terrain looks cool, I want to play this game. I know that's not the same for everybody, but I think it's probably a common thing, because in my proof for that would be to look at Games Workshop, that they've always emphasized the look of their models more than they've emphasized their rules. Now, the past couple of years, of course, I think they've done a great job of cleaning up that image and doing all their FAQ updates and general handbook stuff. But in the end, I don't think anybody here could claim that 40K or Age of Sigmar are the best, tightest rule set that are really good for competitive gaming or even just to have a good balanced game. They're not. But they're fantastic settings with fantastic miniatures, and when you get the terrain right, it just looks so gorgeous, and that's what you want to play.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not everybody's going to like that. I think there are people who are fine with flat terrain for playing War Machine. Not that Privateer Press wants that, because I know that they want
we had that
terrain.
clarified.
Well, yeah, but that they like that because they're just like, I just want to play a game of chess with my miniatures because there's this tactical, and I get that, and I cause that drew me into War Machine too. I was like, I played 40K for a little while. I'm like, I'm tired of all this random crap throwing out my strategies.
Yeah.
And so let's play War Machine. So I played that for a while, and I'm like, okay, now I'm just tired of War Machine, and I want to play 40K because it's just throw stuff on the table and have some fun. And I kept finding myself being drawn back to that kind of play style, even though theoretically I love the ultra competitive. I just don't have the time to invest to be good at it. So, anyways, it's 1:03. Let's see if there's one more question I want to ask. Lots of are there plans to do this? Are there plans to do that kind of questions? And
Yes,
I've
no, and maybe.
talked about this before. You're asking me the wrong question. Plans. Ha. Ha.
We definitely know the word.
Yeah, I think.
We don't use it.
Yeah. I know what we're doing for the next few weeks. That's about it.
I plan to eat food later.
If this session if this role-playing campaign has taught everybody anything, we are bad at planning.
Except when we gotta shoot a kid.
Except for when we gotta shoot a kid.
that was set up pretty well.
Yeah, the only plan we have is kill. Set up the kill.
How to kill
Set up
stuff.
the kill.
No, we had a whole working group to get Quirk freed up to go chase down Mama Boris.
Yeah, that was pretty good until
And Quirk fell.
well,
So
you're
Chris was forced to execute her.
But we didn't walk into that having a plan from the get-go. We kind of like came up with one on the fly a little bit, like we made do.
That's how we operate mini wargaming.
Under pressure.
Okay, you know what? Here's a question I can answer because Dave gave me the update today. The Fulgrim has how's the bunker coming along? And I think none of you guys know, so this will be answering it for you as well. Good news and bad news. The bad news is it still hasn't really started yet. We ran into some problems early on, budgeting wise. Like things are just ending up being a lot more expensive. But then we brought in a new contractor, and that contractor walked through the whole building recently, like about a month ago, and basically found tons of ways to save a lot of money in what we were originally going to be doing. But it does require redoing the plans. So based on what Dave told me today, they're planning on starting construction in about 4 weeks, which is great news. That's pretty soon compared to the 6 months that we've already been going. And they have a deadline of 6 months,
Oh wow.
which means
From the start date or from now?
I can't remember.
From the start date.
I think it's from the start date.
That's
And-
important.
Well, we have a deadline for contractors anyways. It's going to be give or take a couple months. But all I can say is it sounds like it's reasonable to say that it'll be mostly done by the end of the year. Dave and his 3-man work crew, Drewski, Mike Grove, and Vito, have been doing fantastic stuff over there. If you actually
Best
want to go,
guy.
what's that?
The best guy.
The best
Yeah.
guy, yeah.
Why is Mike Grove Mike Grove?
As opposed
He's
to
not
White.
Mike.
Well, Drewski, that's just like
I know, but we all do it though. It's Mike Grove.
Yeah, but
Well, I was
like
gonna say-
David White, right? It's just
Yeah,
like,
David, what's the other one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
why isn't it Luka Pavicevic?
Right.
I wish.
Why is
I wish
it-
it
Luka
was-
Say your name.
Yeah, why is it Robert Downey Jr. not Bob Downey
Well, he's
or
an
Rob?
actor. Mike Grove ain't an actor.
Yeah, why would you call him Robert?
I don't know. Anyways, so they've been working.
Bobby
They've
Downey
been
Jr.
doing fantastic stuff for the aesthetics, and they're going to be at that for the next few months. And so hopefully, when the framing and the electrical is done, they can just slap on the aesthetics. There's going to be some adjustments that have to be made, but that should go relatively quickly. So we could potentially be looking at being totally done by the end of the year. That might be being conservative, so maybe more like January, February. But it looks hopeful, is all I'm trying to say at this point. Whereas before, it was just like delay after delay after delay.
I thought their official designation was Mini Wargaming B.
They are.
Yeah,
Bunker
yeah,
Company.
they're
Yeah,
being
the
bunkered.
B
Yeah, the bunker.
They
team.
don't. They don't technically
the
work.
bunker team.
Yeah,
But they don't
they're
technically work
B.
for Mini Wargaming.
But they recognize
we're-
the B team.
We're a team. Well, they're the B team.
B team.
We're a team. They're a team.
The bunker
We'll
team.
fight later.
I don't want to fight them.
it'll
They're a
be
lot
And then
bigger than
I saw a
us.
question. I saw a question say from Jay Cookie: are y'all going to fully move Mini Wargaming to the bunker? Yes, definitely.
Oh boy, I'm excited.
No, we're leaving Luca here.
We're not going to tell Lee.
Team
He's still going
C.
to be in the basement.
Yeah, we'll leave Lee.
I don't think he'd mind.
Oh man.
Yes, we're all going to be moving there with all of our stuff, and it's going to suck.
No one's-
All of our stuff?
Yeah,
Can we
no
just get new stuff?
So
I know, right?
Can we please just get new stuff?
Just raise the insurance, burn down the building, and then call it a day. I mean, sorry, we have
Camera!
no. Hey, no, we don't plan.
Stop
People
talking
already know
about
we don't
that.
plan. So
Yeah,
how
there's
can we
no
plan?
way.
Yeah, jokes, jokes.
Look at these live streams.
So-
They say they clearly don't plan.
I'm definitely going to need that
Evidence.
marked off in the calendar so that I can plan my vacation well in advance.
And no vacation time while we are moving.
sick
Are
of
you kidding? A week? You think it's going to take a week?
Oh, it's gonna be so.
Yeah, have you
know
seen
how-
them?
Who wants to come and
No,
help
it's
us
going to be
move?
like a month.
How many models I'm
Of
going
course,
to
my
break? Can you imagine how many models?
You have to go on vacation.
There is going to be a period of time where we're probably going to put out less videos than we normally do.
No, it's going to
There'll be a bunch of movie videos, though.
Then you'll
I'm
hire
going to be moving
someone.
Steve's models.
You're not allowed to touch my models.
I'm just trying
We
to
can do
picture that
reruns.
defense in
Just pull up
court,
old
being like,
battle
now,
reports
sir,
if anybody
look,
knows.
Just renumber the
clearly on this live stream, they say they don't
Yeah,
plan.
new fantasy.
And then yeah, keep watching another 5 minutes. Then they
New
explain their
fantasy with
plan.
this
full.
guy, Josh.
All right, thank you. We're going to start our stream now, so we're going to turn this off. We're going to get cleaned up, and we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll get started. The ending is nigh.